Hey guys, how many of you have ever wondered what it would be like to spin tunes as a radio disc jockey, but perhaps have never even stepped foot inside a radio station? Well, if that's the case, you're in luck, because that's exactly what we're going to cover next on this week's bonus session of Manly Moments. Well, even though I've listened to the radio countless times in my life, and it all seems so easy, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue as to what it means to be on the air all day. Fortunately, I know someone who does. It's my good friend and longtime radio man, Tim Dawson. How's it going, Tim?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for being here today. Tim has been a radio DJ for Star 88.3 for over 20 years now, and he certainly knows what's going on. Either that or his dad owns the radio station. But Tim, tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, when my dad bought the station, but no, I'm kidding. My story, I was an intern here. It was my last class from Indiana University to major in telecommunications. So I interned for 2 months. And then about a month after that, the station offered me a part-time job. So I did that for a couple of years and then was hired on full-time and been here since 1992. Little break in the middle. We moved to Ecuador to do missions work, where I was also a radio trainer, where I was training other broadcasters, and then came back to Star back in 2013. It's not as glamorous as you think, but it is a fun job. I don't have to wear a suit to work, and we get to bring encouragement to people every day. We get to share about Christ. At least where I work, we can do that very demonstratively. It's part of the music that we play. It's the core of what we do. So in that sense, it's fun, but really we just feel like family and friends to the people that listen to the station. So we really like that.
Well, speaking of the station, I imagine many people never stepped foot inside a radio station and would love to see what goes on around here. I was hoping today you might give us the nickel tour of this place. Are you up for that?
Let's do it. Nikki's working in the office. Say hi, Nikki.
How are you?
You'll get Nikki's cheery voice if you call the station. And break room. All-important coffee machine. Somebody had a birthday yesterday, so we have extra cookies. Try to cut down. This is our production studio. This is a setup that uses digital editing software, which basically means we hardly ever touch CDs or any of the media. It's typically on a sound file that is sent to us or that we produce ourselves. This is the room where people will sit and wait before they go on the radio. So this is kind of the hub. This is the main studio where it all happens. We have our on-air machine that basically is a log. It's a huge list of everything that we play every day, and it's in the order that we want it to air. We also get sent thank you notes, very fancy thank you notes from some of the singers, the artists and bands that we play. If they have a song or an album that really does well, they'll send us a thank you note that looks like a plaque. And if it's a gold record, it might look like a gold record. Back when records were played, that's what they looked like. And so they'll send us a thank you note in a frame, which are really cool. We like that. And it's fun for people to see. But, you know, really, the real heroes are the ones, people like you that pray for us and give to the station and listen every day. We sometimes will put tons of pictures up of listeners during fundraisers and things like that, because it always reminds us of why we're here and why we're serving God in this way. And we love to do it.
Wow, this place is a lot more impressive than like the rinky-dink sets you'd see on most TV sitcoms.
Yeah, there's a lot going on to make a radio broadcast happen. A lot of little things together. You put them together and it makes something really cool.
Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I've got a few more questions rolling around in my head. I was hoping we could open this up for a little Q&A. Are you up for that?
Fire away.
First question. How in the world do you pick the songs that get played on the air every day?
That might be the biggest question we get. We have, believe it or not, there is a program that helps us organize all the songs that we have, because there's hundreds of them. And what we try to do is we have a music team. We talk to people and have them rate songs for us. Do you like this song or not? Is it something that you liked for a while, but maybe you're kind of tired of it and you want to break from it? There's a lot of thinking that goes into the songs that we play, because that's the vast majority of what we do is play music. And then we sort those songs into categories, and we have a program that helps us stay organized.
So don't you get tired of hearing the same songs over and over and over again?
Yeah. Speaking of that, you can only imagine how that might happen. Well, actually, we kind of, in a way, sort of get used to, or you could say tired of all of them, just because we're here, you know, all day long or part of the day, and then I listen with my kids in the car. So it really doesn't matter if I get tired of it. If this is the song that's going to encourage people and it's still doing that, then we'll keep playing it.
Well, my cousin's in a band, and I brought this CD. I was wondering if you could play this.
Well, let me look. Ours, it's all full. Can you believe it? It's already been taken care of.
I'm sure you never get that.
Never, not at all. Not one. Well, one time, just now.
Well, what is the deal with on-air contests where you take like the 10th caller? Are you really taking the 10th caller, or are you just counting to 20 and saying, okay, you're it?
Well, we have a number of phone lines and they light up, so it's easy for us to count which caller is which. And, that is one of the funnest things about the job because people love to win stuff, even if it's something that maybe you personally don't think is a big deal, and it doesn't even have to be something expensive or hard to find. People love to win.
I never win anything. Well, what about this soundboard? I mean, there's a lot of knobs and buttons here. Do you use all these, or is it just for show?
Use all these buttons. There are extra sliders, extra volume controls, because sometimes we want to add something onto the board. Everything that we play has its own little volume control, whether it's my microphone. We've got 2 other microphones in here. We have a machine that helps us play stuff off a computer as far as pre-recorded breaks. We've got a special program that organizes our log, and all of those have their own volume.
And what's this button over here for? It says cough.
Oh, yeah, that's a cough button. So if I'm on the air and I kind of get something stuck in my throat, I just hit the button and come back like nothing ever happened.
This whole day's been rather insightful, but I've got one last question for you.
What's that?
Well, now that I've seen this place and kind of get an idea of how this place works, what are the odds you'll let me introduce the next song?
Slim to none.
That's all I need to hear. Hey folks, it's time to liven up this Christian radio station with a little Stairway to Heaven. Either that or Highway to Achoo! Don't worry, I pressed the cough button. Still a little messy though. You wouldn't happen to have Kleenex handy, would you? Hey, if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like a weekly dose of humor, truth, and encouragement, why not subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below? Until then, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.